Thank you, Chairman. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to thank EETT for inviting me to speak on this conference. I will tackle in my presentation some of the main strategic models, just a short overview for successful NGA, and this vision is based on our colleagues' answer to the European Commission questionnaire on costing methodologies. So some of the issues that you might see were also tackled by the Commission, Mr. Grossman. Okay, so first of all, there is a set of five approaches that should be envisaged in order to boost NGA. BEREC is of the opinion that following the fundamental principles of the regulatory framework, namely promoting effective competition and regulatory predictability for the benefit of the European citizen, and implementing a proper cost-oriented wholesale access price regulation is the best way to facilitate the transition towards NGA. BEREC therefore stresses the importance of following the fundamental principles of market liberalization to promote competition and efficient investment through economic regulation. Also, we believe that fiber is not the only infrastructure to fulfill the digital agenda targets. There are other infrastructures needed to be recognized as well, and regulation should avoid creating an unlevel playing field between potentially competing platforms, and should avoid trying to pick up winners in this competition. The incumbent operators are not the only investors in NGA infrastructure. There is competition, alternative operators using unbundling as well, cable, mobile, and other network operators are also investing in NGA and the development of high-speed broadband connections, and you'll see a bit at the end when I'm presenting the Romanian case, short considerations on the Romanian case. You will see how this applies exactly to Romanian situation. There is also a need for regulatory consistency. Time-consistent and predictable application of regulation of price control measures and non-discriminatory access in S&P markets are key for the investor's decision to actually invest in development of the NGA networks. Also, we do not have to, we should not forget the demand side component of this NGA infrastructure development, and I'll come back also later on the demand side. Demand side factors need to be taken into account when assessing the achievement of national broadband targets and also the digital agenda targets. Typically, take-up of innovative services need time to unfold and follow the NGA development of the infrastructure. And also, we have to take into consideration the fact that national regulatory authorities do not have all the means of acting in this respect, in pushing the take-up. Other governmental bodies or I don't know, non-profit organizations should also come in this direction. Also, the investment incentives are very important for boosting the high-speed broadband networks. And investment by incumbents and entrants requires consistency and stability in the regulatory regime. Oh, sorry. Okay, so what we have here, we have on the vertical axis, we have the competition and the intensity of the competition, and we have the case of one infrastructure with little competition on the market, and we have the case of multiple infrastructure with different operators operating their own infrastructure. Also on the horizontal axis we have the regulatory objectives. We have the push supply side. We have the push supply side regulation and the push demand side regulation. So actually on the first layer we have access service-based competition using one infrastructure, and on the upper side we have actually infrastructure-based competition with multiple networks being operated in the same market. Also, on the regulatory objectives, we can see that some of the countries may try to enforce the supply side by taking actions in these directions, whether some others might try to boost the demand side. There is no, I don't know, there is no optimum path in these two. Maybe a sequencing of supply side with the demand side, supply side measures followed by demand side measures should be should take up and advance more the development of NGA. Of course, these are not static typical markets. These are moving markets, and you can see here that this is a circle of movement going from a market where there is only one competitor with one infrastructure, moving to a service-based competition where several operators are giving services on the same infrastructure, and then by pushing the supply side measures you can get to the upper level where multiple infrastructure companies appear, and from service-based competition you move to the next level, which is the infrastructure-based competition, and you then, when you already have the supply side ensured and developing, you have to go and move to the demand side and try to boost the take-up of these new technologies. So the BEREC position, BEREC recognizes and fully supports the important role of broadband networks that can play in the further development of the economies of Europe, and also the benefit that such networks bring to consumers. We also consider the important role that effective competition has and will continue to play as a key driver for efficient investment. Also, regulatory certainty and consistency are very important for boosting the development of NGA. Also, BEREC contributes to a regulatory environment